fine to figure out how to play. I just can't do it. I can't. This is far too much. Like, what am I gonna do? Read a 2-sentence manual? What am I gonna watch a 12-second video? That's double my fucking attention span. Okay, this isn't 2012 where we had to know how to maybe communicate with other human beings. If some fucking algorithm doesn't figure it out for us and some deep learning AI has all of our social interaction, then I don't know what I'm doing here. What's the fucking point? Anyways, so we've got some peep mode, 1 versus 1. Altruist only for the first round, but then options, king versus least, nope. King versus least played. And I'm beating up my fans, the ones that were able to connect those 2 dots together and form a line all the way up into the Platinum League and beyond.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Are you
Shut the fuck up.
saturated yet?
Shut the fuck up. The algorithm has decided what I shall say. The next statement they shall say is low. No, the algorithm doesn't make low energy jokes like a fucking dumbass 14-year-old 3 replies deep into YouTube comment. Alright. This happens every time I try to get people to do basic directions.
No minerals for that.
Like, every time I'm like, huh, maybe we'll play some viewer games or have some interaction that requires basic directions. It's like, oh yeah, I remember why I don't do this.
Need more minerals.
It's like, well, maybe you should do it more often. People would learn. What would happen? What happens when I do viewer games more often is there's 4 people who show up within 3 seconds of me saying who wants to do viewer games, and then no one else gets a chance because it's already been like an hour after playing those 4 games. And this is why I don't do regular coaching. To summarize, let's see. For example, Real Altruist, just amazing supporter of the stream, seems to be a pretty great guy, has never learned a single thing about Starcraft despite all of my efforts. I bet he's not even walling off at the natural against Zerg, despite every single time I tell him wall off at the natural against fucking Zerg, and guess what? Was ist das? Das ist Scheiße! What the fuck is this?
Queen ready. Queen's all done.
6 pull him.
Good choice.
Can I ban a fucking... 6
minerals.
pull him.
Are you saturated?
You are half a decade and 140 IQ points late. Four pull I can get behind. At least you can do a 4 pull on the ladder in 2019. Just not the StarCraft 2 ladder. The fuck is this? What if I walk by? How's your wall doing now? I'm gonna go full J-Dunk. I remember in early Wings of Liberty, people were like, wow, he microed his Zerglings around the enemy base for like a full minute. He must be a professional gamer. We had different standards. It's like Wings of Liberty was the best version of StarCraft 2 because if you had 14 APM, you could be in the Masters League. In Winter, I was in Diamond in 2011, and now I tried your build 2 times against the hard AI, and it didn't work. So you're dumb. It's like, okay. All right, then.
Hatchery.
So here's what happens. Is I make a bunch of Zerglings and then I kill him because he didn't wall off his natural.
Nope, no building
Alright.
there. Not enough gas.
Come and get me. Get these guys. Then we'll get the zealots. Like,
Need more
it's
iron.
free fucking real estate.
A new queen.
And I bet he's researching charge while he's making these goddamn stalkers. Okay? He made 4 stalkers. I bet he's researching charge. And you guys can tell me, because I can't actually go to the replay. Wow. This takes all the satisfaction out of it. King versus least played. You have one job, team. You have one job. One job. Literally. One. There are 7 people in the game, and 4 of them, including myself, are with the fucking program. King v. least play. Literally, they had one job. They joined the game. They made it past the first test. They woke up in the morning. They didn't wake up dead. Great job, everybody. We did it. We finally got, somehow, 5/8 of people after a full game in 2 minutes to figure out how to click one extra button. Incredible. Amazing. Thank you for subscribing. I'm glad I have the cream of the crop. Thank you, Chloe Rock. Hey, I bet I know a barcode that would have changed it right away. I bet I know 28 different barcodes that would have BM'd me and are already on my block list that I can't distinguish from them. So, who gives a shit? Winter seems to think we place SC2 all the time. You would never place your Starcraft matches. You never play your placement matches. And when it comes to playing Starcraft 2, no, these are the people who manage to get all the way into the in-game channel and also join a game. So, like, we're already in the 1%, statistically. But we need, like, the top 1% of 1% are actually able to read. So the illiteracy is rampant, even throughout my esteemed viewership and subscriber base. But we already knew that. Meanwhile, like, this is supposed to be the, well, I beat up my fans, but I also tell them how to play. But Altrius, for the 44th time out of his 47 total games played in his career, still is not walling off his goddamn natural, like I explained 4 seconds in to any build order guide against Zerg. So, I got nothing. Also, thank you for all your support, Altrius. Continue to be a very good viewer of the stream. I'm glad you enjoy. Well, I'm out of here. What is this? What is this? What? How did... Thank you for gifting 10 subs to the people, Altrius. I was told there were people who pay to be humiliated like that, but I didn't believe your mom when she was telling me about her job experience. I apologize.
You are now in my service.
Glory to the Daylong.
Oh, you are now in my service.
Najakar.
So the Reaper... sometimes I'll make a Stalker second. It depends, because I'm going robo, which means you're not that gas heavy early. And the adept is a little better against other things. Don't react. Let me in. I'm getting in there, baby. I may recall. So now that we see this, I'm gonna get... So what I like to do is I like to hotkey a probe. I usually put it on 2. So I have like a builder probe. Like, that's the probe that builds shit. Give it a little cancel. And I don't know why I'm microing my heart out over here. This is not something you should do. Am I trying to make a guide here? Not really. I already exhausted all my educational capacity teaching people basic technology skills, because my chat statistically is about as close to boomers as any YouTube gaming chat will ever get. That is actually true. All you 38-year-old web developers in Silicon Valley in Seattle can try to figure out how to work modern technology, alright? Like, but I've been coding in C++ since I was 14. It's like, I don't want to hear about the 80s, fucking grandpa.
You must construct additional pilots. Oh, you are now in my service. You must construct additional pilots. Oh, you are now in my service.
Thank you, Quinar and Proxy Battlecruiser, for gifting to the people. So we see a tank here, we see a barracks, we see too many depots, we see the reactor on the way. You know what that means? He can't do shit for like about a minute and a half. So I have a minute and a half, which is more than enough time to extend my thermal lance, if you know what I mean. And Colossi here, a third command center spotted. Like, we just chill out, and what are you looking for? 50 probes. Got 50 probes. This is when we add on the gates. Chrono Boost, the Coloxin. I'm looking at 3 sentries. I get a forge, yes. I'm gonna go to 6 gates. If I wasn't going splash damage first, I'd probably go to 8 gates. But since I open up with pretty expensive splash damage, we're gonna siege up the observer. So in case I have a mental breakdown and decide I'm gonna use the F2 hotkey, which I have rebound to tilde, then my observers don't get fucked. Thank you, Moose Moose. Get my +1, Twilight. We see that army moving out. 60 probes. Chrono Boost. Chrono Boost. Now, the best defense is a good offense. I need to force him to either siege up or, well, just do something, really, before he gets too close. Like, we gotta box him out. Because I need a little bit of time for these gates to come online. And there we go. Force fields. Across the board. He sieges up. And now we'll fill in charge lots to get up in his grill and go for his third. This can move out further because I'm going for a 4th and I'm getting supply block to shit. Charge. Twilight if I had money. I mean Templar, you get the, you know what I mean. Maybe you didn't. Well, now you do. Anyways, no 3rd for you. Back the fuck up. Go away. Stop it. Tickle it. Tickle it harder. I mean, we can probably end it here, but I've got my rapid fire zealot weapons. So here's a pro gamer move. Go look up somebody else. I don't even have a guide on this. But you can actually go into the fucking config files of SC2, and you can rapid fire out other things. I actually want to show that, so don't GG yet. Like, I have stalkers and adepts on rapid fire. Like, adepts are on F, stalkers are on G. So, that way, you just wave your fucking magical warping wand over everything, and you look like a pro gamer. It took me way too long before I finally went. Like, you actually have to go, like, put a comma in a notepad file, which pretty much makes me a hacker. Alright, I hacked the game. Pro gamer notepad control. Very important. Does not take long. Go watch the rapid fire guides and all that shit. I mean, it's part of the game. It's just usually, like, in-game it only allows you to adjust one alternate key. Whereas you can put as many as you want via notepad files. It's change AI or ability target to other hotkeys, which means whenever your mouse goes over something and you repeat the key, I'm making it sound super fancy. It just essentially at the repeat rate of your keyboard, it'll do an action wherever your mouse is. Is that legal in tournament play? Yes. Every pro gamer uses it pretty much. The most obvious usage is for corrosive bile. Like when they're like, and then that's corrosive bile. That's the noise it makes, by the way. We all wish. Corrosive bile is more like, everybody else? Is there no one else? Wake up, people. I use rapid fire for corrosive bile, warpins. I used to use it for infested Terrans. Rest in peace. F to pay respects. Ghost snipe. Disruptor Nova.
You got no minerals.
Let's see, anything else? Creep tumors. Creep tumors have the same base hotkey, so it doesn't. Cat if it's a random shitter. Hey! This heat mode bullshit.
Need more minerals.
How dare you? I am not a random player. I'm a player that plays random. It's different.
Need more overlords.
I meant multiple rapid fires by editing text files. Yes, that's fine. There was a debate about whether rapid fire would be allowed early on. Because you're not allowed macros. Like, if you have one of those World of Warcraft mouses with more buttons than the fucking space shuttle, then, and you bind, like, because people in the past have bound, well, do base camera and then inject. Like, if you bind, if you have a button that presses a hotkey, presses S, and then presses D, so you press one button, and it selects your hatchery and builds a drone, that's illegal. That's a macro. That's using one key press to do multiple key presses. But rapid fire is technically using one key press to do one key press. It's just the repeat rate of the keyboard, which is why this is something I haven't even done yet. But I learned it from Rainer, who fucking 500 APM Italian boy. You can actually go, so when you go into Windows, like I go into this in my rapid fire guides, I'm not going to get into detail, you can reduce the rate at which your keyboard repeats, where it's like F and then, but you can actually go into the registry and reduce it to essentially nothing. Like, I have it on, it's like 0.1 seconds, but pro gamers will reduce it to like 0.01 seconds. So that way, you instantaneously almost build like a dozen zerglings or whatever. It reduces it even more than the default lowest for Windows. But that is something like, that's something you should be doing already, is reducing that in Windows, the basic repeat rate. Did he even tell me what race he is? I didn't even tell him what race I was. No, he's Terran. And I'm blind. Nice to meet you, blind. What am I doing? Anyways. Thank you, Frenchie.
You are now in my service.
She's disappointed.
2 Reapers. What is this? Mass Effect? I don't.
Not
He
enough
went reacted
minerals.
Reaper
Are you
first. I'm waiting for
infatuated
him. We're gonna gamble he's moving out. Do you use rapid fire for feedback? I don't believe I do.
yet? You must construct. Spawn more
It's
overlords.
pretty rare when I'm using like a bunch of feedback, so. Is he going mass Reaper on me?
I only have time to watch you on YouTube. Just wanted to
That's
say
not a
hi.
wall.
The enemy is
I lied.
attacking your
What?
spawn
This is the most
overlords.
confusing
More
wall.
happy Zerg.
So he has a bunch of Reapers. So the counter is Queens because Brenda and her knitting crew do not like Reapers, and for good reason. Ever since Beyond. Ever since Beyond. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Thank you, Fraglar. For those of you on YouTube, when this inevitably... I mean, obviously this is going to be on YouTube, and you should like and subscribe, because what's going to happen now is a whole bunch of Reapers not really doing damage to Queens, and then him eventually leaving the game. So that's the plan. There's gonna be a few people like, Winter, aren't you just being mean to people with all those rants? And like, yes. Go watch Loco if you want someone to pretend to be nice to you. And Loco is legitimately a nice person. It's sometimes pretty annoying. So let's be fair here.
Brenda's ready to rumble.
He's no neuro. Let's be straight up. He's no neuro on the scale of things. But he is legitimately nice. None of us can be neuro. We can only aspire to be some shade of neuro.
Insufficient energy.
Neuro is like, he's like the Gandhi of Starcraft. Or the Dalai Lama.
Queen.
He might actually be the Dalai Lama. There's like a non-zero chance. He's just like on the DL.
Spawn more overlords. Can't build there. Not enough energy. Insufficient energy.
Yeah,
More
everything,
you can't
it's
do.
just a disguise, okay? Jimothy Stubble Bubble is actually the man you're looking for. Does he have any units? I'm coming in!
Investing gas.
Let me
I need
in!
more gas for that.
Oh yeah, you can repair for now. Let me in! Control click, pull back, get through the depot. Ba 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 ba. I'm coming. And this is why we don't. Also, at least he tried. Like, it was a wall. I'm gonna tell this story again. I'm gonna tell this story again. I've told it before, but we gotta have the YouTube comments. Where it was a couple years ago after the Starcraft 2 Community Summit. I don't even think it was BlizzCon. The Community Summit was like at a different time. And I was going back to the airport, and everybody was out far too late at night. Completely sober. Very, like, big Gabe levels of very sober. So, in the morning, going to the airport, which is never a great plan. Everybody feels like shit. Right? So, I go to the airport, which was, like, JFK Airport in Los Angeles. And I'm walking by, and there's a guy with long-ass hair. And I'm like, that guy seems like Neuro, but I saw him behind. Because he's literally, like, legs crossed, just fucking chilling, like, meditating. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Neuro. So then I sat down next to him, and he opened his eyes. He's like, what's up, dude? And we had a pleasant chat, and then he got on his plane, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. I'm looking over here, like, worse than usual, and he was out completely sober the night before, but,
That
like,
thing in a power field.
fucking nerd.
Circles.
Oh, not JFK Airport. John Wayne. Is it John Wayne? The other airport in LA. Not J. I don't know. It's a J thing. Doesn't matter the airport. The other one. The one that doesn't suck is hard. In Orange County? You mean the OC? They have this whole thing at LAX now, where they have like I don't know what it's called. They just implemented it right before BlizzCon. I think unrelated timing. But now they have all the rideshare and taxis, and they all go to one area where you have to walk to. Through like the whole long ass airport. I don't know. Usually, the timing. It was a confusing process for both, like, the participants and the drivers, but apparently it was such a shit show. They had to come up with something. It took me, like, 30 minutes to figure out what the fuck I was doing, but it was, like, the second day of it. So, it seems like a good idea, but it was kind of a shit show. But, I mean... Welcome to LAX. And then, of course, from there, take like an hour-long Uber to go literally anywhere that's not the airport. Because, welcome to L-fucking-A.
Glory to the Daylok. It shall be. Let your will be heard. The Templar must.
So, I'm gonna go Oracle first. Because
Where shall we
that makes me feel like a micro boy.
The first
No, run away.
towards Allah. Forward to glory. Faith before fear.
Okay, we'll do a real build.
Give us your
I'll show you the Archon drop. So you see, I got 2 gates for now. We just stick with the 2 gates because I don't need 3 gates. The only way I'll need 3 gates is if he Baneling all-ins me, and it's already going to be too late at that point. So you get a Robo first because you actually have to spend extra time getting that. Robos take a bit compared to the Twilight that I will be building next.
combat. Let us
I'm actually just going to scout to see here. Gonna mine this gas. Twilight.
Successful.
Get rid of his OV. Gonna go straight for the mineral line. Another one of these.
How can I aid?
So we're just gonna go straight into the Archon drop follow-up. Just target fire here. This is already way more damage than you could ever hope to get off this, by the way.
You need a power
2 more
cube.
gates.
We meet our fate.
He has queens. 7 kills is like way more than enough. We get... I have too many probes queued up. Cancel that shit. Get the other thingy here. So... I'm gonna get 1 more adept. Don't build a sentry. Build a sentry. Not gonna have the gas.
Persevere.
1 more pylon. Get over here. It really depends now on how many lings he's going to pressure with. I'm going to bring the Oracle back to defend the base, and this is why you can just send this guy across. Is because the Oracle will defend you against ling shit. The Templar Archive's going to finish up. I like to hotkey my Robo and my Stargate together, just like I hotkey with, and now bada bing, bada boom, you get a Templar, you get another 2 Templar, boom, there you go. And guess what comes up next? The Observer, I forgot. Archons.
Yes, Executor.
And we're gonna get gates 5 and 6 here, as well as charge. And go get them, Archons. Good target fire there. And this is what the Adepts are for. The Archons doing their thing, which is kind of just kill everything. I'm just going to warp in another 2 Star slots to go for these guys. I'm also building Immortals just in case. Archon's quite good against charge lots.
Didn't I teach you to put those in a power field?
Shut up, me. Get the storm. No, no touching. Go away. Stop touching me. Thank you. Gonna get. I see he's building observers. Target the queen. Get these guys. He's got a Hydralisk, so. Oh, that was sloppy. I'm actually gonna get a second robo, put some pylons at the back where they're not as vulnerable. He's getting a fourth. That's a pretty smart move. I'm gonna get up there, get some tags on the Hydras. We need 2 more gates. This is not enough gates. Did I ever get a forge? We're gonna get 2 forges. Don't try this at home. 2 forges is not good. What is this? Wow. Fucking top 3 Oracle control right there. And now we get our shit together. At least 1 sentry for hashtag value. We have these. I'm gonna join the Archon up with the army. We're gonna take a 4th, same location. Put this out here. He may be going, so honestly, well, we'll see if he goes Lurker. But I do need to get another obs, ideally. Put that back out there.
A power field is
Get an
required.
Archon. Don't look at that. Also, don't look at that. You know what? Fuck. Get these upgrades. Looks like he's gonna try the base. Bring this guy around. Whatever happened to that other Archon? Oh, one of these was supposed to become an Archon. We'll let you guys become an Archon. This is super sloppy. Gonna check for Muta defense. Oh, you were also... You know what? Anyways, so now we do this thing. He's building Banelings. Warp these guys in. That was super sloppy, but Storm is pretty good. Super sloppy. Some more warp ins. Gonna warp in at home. Let the observers do something. Getting rid of this. Going for this. Can we recall out? Yes. These guys are still being dealt with. Get another Archon at home. Chrono boost. We will never speak of this. Target fire down drones. More drones. This guy up here.
Put that thing in.
Oh, I forgot about these guys. I can see the Void trailer action there. Just keep warping Templar as soon as possible because of cooldowns. Warp in over here. Go sit in the corner. Don't look at my chrono boost. Never look at my chrono boost. That's illegal. Chrono boost is for people who need crutches. All right. Just listen to Terrans. All right. Never listen to. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Oh. Ooh, look, some immortals. And now here comes the neighborhood.
You must place that in a power field.
Don't tell me how to live my life. I have an observer, but it's kind of lagging behind here. Doo -doo -doo. Get the Archon morphs.
A power field is required.
Thank you, Bungus to Bungus and Fragler. That got real sloppy in there, but focusing on getting those core units of Archons and Immortals and all that. We need a booster, but I'm going to go ahead and hold off any copyright infringing boosters for a while. I don't know who, but somebody's, I'm sure. Like and subscribe so that way I can contract out my own Jingle Cats for my own purposes. I will get Jingle Cats to sing Crab Rave. All right, I back this up with no guarantees. Jingle Cat Rave. How's this, PvT? I will demonstrate a different style. We'll go blink this time. This isn't a terrible blink map because there's a whole lot of airspace or blink space. Cliffs, you know, like where the... You know, that. Anyways. So the reason you do this and why this is a feature of so many maps is simply because Protoss players hate Reapers. This is one of the hardest maps to wall off. It takes 3 buildings to wall off that Reaper. And there are Terrans, like Gumiho comes to mind as a strong one, that will realize that Terrans, like, really want to block out that Reaper. And that's vulnerable. Like, if you do some sort of quick Cyclone medevac play or something like that, then you can potentially take out key tech buildings and pylons and all that pretty early on. Okay, so no block. What I'm going to do, hold position. Hold position in that area. That's a CC first. You think you're going to get away with that? And if you hold position, it essentially body blocks. It body blocks the assimilator. So that way, they can't lay it down. That wasn't CC first. It was 1 Rex expand with no gas. Still. Which usually transitions into mass Rex play, but if I'm on top of it, I'm going to chrono boost out a Zealot. If I'm on top of it, I can still get blink in time. I need to get all this. Don't rally in the wrong way, otherwise it's gonna get stuck. Like, this is just to stress him out now. I don't need to get blink, like, in a super timely manner. Blink is still okay against straight bio. There's a chance he goes for gas behind as well. Like, I don't know. There's a chance he just builds a bunch of Marines. There's a chance he does nothing. Like, there's a chance I win the lottery. I would have to play the lottery, and if I wanted to play RNG, I'd go play fucking Hearthstone or something, but... Alright. See that micro. This is a chance for him to show off. Okay, that's a tech lab on a barracks. That's all I wanted to see. And he was building a bunker, which means he's a bitch. I mean, he's, not really that confident he'll have a bunch of units. ready here. So,
Put that thing
and if it's gonna be bio, I don't really want to have my gates at the front where they can just be picked off because Terran units are ranged. This might come as a shock.
You require my skills.
I have this up here to give me maybe a little bit of warning. And I need more chrono. This isn't like a strict build because he did the 1-Rex expand. This isn't like going straight into Blink. I would have gotten the second gas faster instead of focusing on, well, like getting a Zealot out. The Sentry is partially just to be a Sentry and partially for a hallucination, which will allow me to potentially blink in. I'm not going to blink in with 4 stalkers. We're going to go to at least the 7 stalkers.
Cool. We are one. Researcher, you have not enough. I am here in the shadows. I am here.
Gonna send this out.
You need a power field.
Double upgrades.
It shall be as you say.
Start charge. Warp in sentries. Shift click. I didn't mean to get all of them down there, but okay.
Didn't I teach you to put those in a power field?
Very well. For the reckoning. I serve.
He doesn't have concussive, so. But we gotta be real careful here. Every stem I can bait out is important. Because that's less energy on the medevac. Get that. Just keep chrono boosting.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
There's the charge, which is possibly the most important part of this.
Here's to you, Winter. Keep the entrepreneur lifestyle strong.
Yes, I'm a cam girl on the internet. I'm an entrepreneur.
A power field is required.
I mean, off the internet would be even weirder. So, the Guardian Shield's a little on the late side. Target fire, medevacs. Oh, didn't quite get that one, but control click out the Blink Stalkers. And remember, Guardian Shield Radius got a buff at some point. I think it was mid-2019 or something like that. Who else do we got? We got 2 more players. Protoss and Zerg.
No minerals for that.
people have seemed to have grasped basic technology, so my frustration has subsided slightly.
Not enough minerals.
Shut up. Okay.
Need more overlords. More overlords. Need more overlords.
Against Protoss, sometimes, depending on how frustrated I am that week, I'll go for like a 12 pool. Into macro, not like 12 pool with gas. But right now, I really like the +1 melee links up against Stargate, because a lot of players are like,
Good job keeping
all
that money down.
roads lead to Flux mains, even though very rarely do you actually see the Void Rays. Double Stargate has made a reappearance. Adepts are in a weird spot. No one's quite sure about the Adept upgrade. Most people think it's worse, but I think pressuring the third with like 16 lings is the way to go most of the time. Is he walling off his... Oh. Never mind. I'm dumb. Wait, what? He forgot to wall his natural. He started in the main, I assume. And then he's like, oh yeah. Why are you on my hotkeys, drones? Have you thought about not fucking me over? Have you thought about that?
Queen ready.
Did you decide to discard that idea entirely, or did you give it some legitimate... Alright, so he had 2 pylons already, which means that's where his tech probably will be. There's a forge, which is for quitters. Now we're gonna kill this pylon, which is researching warp gate, and set him super far behind. Now we're gonna do a demonstration of how quickly you can max out in a normal game where there is actually an opponent.
Not enough minerals. New queen. Brenda's here, and she's disappointed. You engage the enemy.
Shut up, Brenda.
On purpose? Need more energy.
I made too many overlords. I'm so bad at this game. Jesus. Like, you don't... Obviously, it's better to not be supply blocked. But what's even better is making a reasonable amount of overlords so you still have larva for other things.
Now in my service.
Yeah, no minerals. Good job keeping that money down. Not enough energy. More gas.
He's gonna make a bunch of charge lots.
Drones under attack. Will you save them?
What do you mean drones under attack?
No minerals for that.
Let's not speak of this.
Hatchery.
Is he gonna research Storm? He's researching Storm,
You need slot in that place first.
which is where pretty much all his gas is going at this point, so... Like, what is Storm for? Storm is for wasting all your gas at this time. It's not like he's gonna do Storm drops. Gonna get a 4th for larva.
Needs more energy.
Remember, I delayed the cyber core.
You must place that on. No minerals for that. More Vespine. Not enough minerals. Are you sick? You require more Vespine gas. Not enough energy. You got no minerals. Good job keeping that
And
money
now I
down.
just build roaches. I'm gonna build 1 overseer. Because every once in a while you'll get the guy who's like, I'm gonna go both flavors of Templar.
More gas. How many gas is that 1 out of 3? Insufficient energy. You need more gas for that. Not enough minerals.
Don't tell me what I need.
Need more energy. That can only be more concrete. Need more minerals. You can't do your disgusting work. You got no minerals. Good job keeping that money down. Not enough energy. No minerals for that. Mutation done. You can run faster and stronger to your death. Again, but with creep. You must place that on creep.
Alright. Come and get me, Yoda
Not enough
Yeet.
minerals.
Who I seriously debated whether or not I would invite him to the game just based on his name alone. Like, for example, if you're a barcode,
Your brood needs
then
Need
obviously
more
you're the one barcode I don't like, not the one I do. So, since I can't tell the difference, that's a storm drop. See if he pulls it off.
Spawn more overlords.
Do it. Do it.
You must construct, spawn more overlords.
Or not. Or don't do it. It's all up to you. The world is your oyster. Okay. Here comes everybody else.
You took all the minerals from that. Need more energy.
Alright.
Mineral patch is maximum.
Here comes the neighborhood.
Max supply. I agree. Quantity over quality. Can't build anymore. Max supply. You're at maximum supply. But I think you can fix that.
Hello, Archons. They're too fat.
Your swarm's as big as it can get. Oh my.
Here, kill these so I can make Ravagers and kill you from behind your own wall.
Can't build any. Not enough gas. But I'm sure you'll have maximum supply. Brenda is impressed.
What? Brenda!
Mineral field.
Walls work both ways.
Your swarm's as big as it can get. Oh my. You're at maximum supply, but I think you can fix that.
Archons are too fat. They're too fat.
You are now in my service.
Happy
had one
holidays
more?
and a year and a half of love.
Thank you, Rhea TV. No, Terminus? Mr. Terminus. What kind of foundation are you standing on? Thank you, Idiot TV, for gifting to the people. This is our last one. And remember, if this makes it to YouTube, if you made it this far, you've already liked and subscribed. Of course, and now is our demonstration of how to be the Protoss in that scenario.
You are now in my service.
Well, hopefully you've enjoyed. I want to do the new round of guides soon. Even though, the thing is, the more, like, I've played a couple hundred games on the new patch, and what I've learned is, for everyone Platinum and below, you can literally do the exact same build from last year. You might be like, well, but charge lots aren't as good. They're still good, and I would argue potentially better. Like, but Winter, the Oracle works kind of different, and Void Ray's got a upgrade buff. Doesn't matter. Like, but Lurker nope, not Lurkers. Lurkers are roaches and hydras. It's like, but Terran, nope. Just build more Liberators than before. Nope, it's the same. And if any Metal Leaguer tells you differently, they are making excuses and are ignorant of their own deficiencies. But that's par for the course. Just FYI. But with that said, because I want my ad revenue, I will make a new round of guides that say pretty much the same thing as the last ones, but with a slightly more frustrated tone and hopefully more clickbaity title. So look forward to that. Biggest thing to review is honestly Zerg late game. Once again, for any sort of build order guide, we're not talking about what happens when you get into the late game. We're talking about the reason you're Platinum 98% of the time is not because you can't handle the late game. It's because you're so bad we got there in the first place. I have never met a truly Platinum player that I've played against that was like, well, they're just so good at defending, I guess we have to go late game on an even footing. What I have seen is this guy has 2 bases, a planetary fortress, and a bunch of siege tanks. You know what the best move is? Why don't I just go lose half my army 3 times and then try to figure out how to play late game? As long as you get over that, you'll no longer be Platinum. And I stand by that statement. There are no exceptions to the rule. None that are meaningful. You're not facing, and not everyone you face is a Smurf. I'd be surprised if 1 in 20 are. Not everyone you face is a cheeser, because pretty much Platinum and below don't really understand what that term means. It's pretty much used for, well, he attacked me in some way, either existentially or physically, before the 5-minute mark. So therefore, he's cheesing. Are those Zerglings in my base? How did you get there? Excuse me. Go away. Getting supply bot to 46 is pretty sloppy here. Nice. Nailed it. Perfect. Roach speed rush. Rush is a term used kind of loosely here. So you're looking for times to use a Void Ray. This is the time. This is when we use a Void Ray. He's upgrading Roach speed. I'm gonna get charged. 2 more gates. There's a chance of Nidus. Hello. Wait, didn't I get a kill? This is a different OV in the same spot. Did he take the other third, which is very rare on this map? There's a small chance. Oh. Have we got charge yet? Working on it. Okay, so those are 3 roaches. Stop. They were scouting roaches, obviously. You can tell by the way they are.
Let us begin. We interpret. We meet our fate.
Alright. Warping a couple more. We'll see. Whatever pops out of those eggs. A couple more roaches. It actually looks like burrow move. I don't think it is. It's hard to tell. These zealots are so fast, they don't keep up with people very well. I noticed there was no way for him to have vision. Oh, it is burrow. Is he gonna burrow move underneath me? Oh, get him, Immortal. I can see you, drones. That's very cute, though. I thought it was burrow move because they get like a special little like shiny horn on their head. At least their carapace becomes brighter, is what happens when they have burrow move. So no other units show it besides the roaches because they have the burrow move effect. Technically, you can get that without having burrow. Some players, I've seen it even in pro games. Like, could you stay here with me for a bit, bro? Ooh. That'd be awesome. You. I only have a few minerals. GG's, everybody. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for having the balls and critical thinking skills to actually join the game. Thank you guys for that. And Jimmy says just one quick advertisement,
Can I be
and then we'll wrap it up.
So I can still ride in his Rocket League backpack?
Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Winter, and I'm here to talk to you about Twitch Prime. Did you know if you have Amazon Prime, like 100 million people, and you connect it with Twitch, like just over 1 million people, you can get Twitch Prime. I've been notified. Thank you for the information. Apparently, Twitch Prime gives you a free Grubhub a delivery this month. Whatever month this is. You can go check twitch.tv/prime. So if you're a lazy-ass gamer like me, and you want to get unhealthy food from somewhere hopefully nearby, I bet there's a limit on that, then go check out Twitch Prime. And also with Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to a streamer of your choice, or even me, every single month, for free. For free. And now, since I neither have 100 million nor 1 million subscribers, you can make the difference. I know you're out there. With your help, we can finally take that money out of Jeff Bezos's unfathomably deep pockets and put it into my infinitely smaller ones. Thank you, and subscribe with Twitch Prime. And now, if this is a YouTube video and you're like, this is not the advertisement, there's already, like, is this a Loco video? There's like 9 ads in this video. This one's so long, and it's unskippable unless I'm actually using a mouse and keyboard or tapping on my phone. Well, if you made it this far, like and subscribe and ring the bell. And yes, I know there's a video every day, but if you ring the bell, YouTube's like, maybe more people will watch these shitty ads. So thank you, and good luck. Thank you for sticking around.